Hello Desert Bearhawk fans, we're in the shop again today, and last night I posted a quick post about back riveting with the back riveting set and this steel stack of plates that I have here to use as a holder for the rivet head set. And some people have been asking me questions about how am I doing this exactly. So I thought I'd shoot a quick video at the request of some to give you a little insight as to what's happening. So first thing I have here, and you can probably get this at your local steel scrapyard, just a couple of pieces of thick steel plate. One of these is, I think this is 5/8 and this one's a 1/2 inch or however it works out. But anyways, you can see that I just took some Gorilla Glue duct tape and I just duct taped these two plates together, simply to provide some mass, so when you're riveting against some mass. And then in the center of the plate I drilled a hole, as you can see right there, and in that hole goes my rivet set. This one happens to be a number 4, and you can see I got a couple of let's see if we can get a couple of little washers on there too. See them dangling around, and I use those washers to kind of shim the set up and down just to fine tune it. And it just sits in this hole like so. Voila, and now this part is ready to go. Now let's talk about the back rivet set for a second. Here it is in my gun. I'm going to pop it out real quick if I can. Yep, I got a quick release jizz wicket on my gun here, spring. And this is the set. And what you do with this set is normally you would buck the rivet from the head side and hold a bucking bar on the shop tail, on the buck tail, until you formed the shop head. That can get a little dicey, especially on these thicker pieces. So that's why I was using the C-frame before, because now you're driving the shop tail to the shop head, and or the buck head, or whatever they call it. So you're not trying to send the energy of the rivet gun all the way through all that material to start forming the shop head. Same thing applies here, except for I'm not using a C-frame, I'm using a back rivet set. So I'm actually bucking on the tail of the rivet. And what's interesting about this piece of equipment is it's got this little spring-loaded cup here. So when you're riveting two sheets of aluminum together, like this sheet here, if there was another one on top of it and the rivet's sticking out, this spring is going to push the two sheets together. You're going to have a bucking bar on this side, or a rivet set like I have here. This is going to push the two sheets tight together, and then as you come down, then the set itself is going to engage the tail of the rivet and drive it. Piece of cake. Easy peasy. Put this back in my rivet gun. So it's back in the rivet gun. Now, there was another question about which way how am I shimming it all up so I can clear the flanges of the spar. Let's slide the spar into the picture here. So how am I clearing these flanges of the spar and so on and so forth? And the way I'm doing that is I don't have to clear them per se. I mean, I'm riveting them with them facing up, so there's nothing to clear. What I do have, as you can see right here in the corner of the frame, and maybe you can't see the other one, but these are 1x2s screwed to my bench. So this spar is floating on these 1x2 rails all the way down. They're set, and I'm sure you've seen them in the pictures before. These 1x2s are supporting the spar. This rivet cup is shimmed up to the right level, so when I slide my spar in here, let's see if I can get it in. Maybe I gotta tilt this up a little bit. Let's see if we can do that without causing a whole bunch of problems. Yep, there we go. What I do is I just slide my spar into position, locate the rivet head on the back side here in the cup, like so, and then all I have to do is put my back rivet set on there, give her a shot, and it'll be set, and we'll do that in a second. Now, I think one of the questions has come up is that some guys are putting their rivets in the other direction. They're putting the rivet head on this side, and they're putting the buck tail on this side. Now, not everyone's an A&P. I am, but I don't know everything, that's for sure. But one thing they did teach us in A&P school is whenever you install a fastener, bolt, screw, whatever, is that you always put the head so gravity will either pull it into the hole. So if you're putting the bolt in vertically, the head would be on top. So the bolt will, even if the nut falls off, the bolt will stay in the hole. If you're putting a bolt in horizontally, you know, with the length of the airframe, then you put the head forward because the relative wind, the air blast, if you will hopefully push the bolt into the hole and hold it if the nut falls off. So carrying that forward, the same applies here. This is the rear of the spar. The other side's the front, so I put the rivet head in from the front side and buck them on the rear. And that's why I'm doing it that way. So that's basically the setup. A couple of thick plates, a rivet set, shim everything up so you got the proper deal. And now what you can do is you can just take this plate, just move it along, bing bang boom, you're riveting like crazy. I mean, I could do rivet after rivet after rivet really fast, no problem. And then to demonstrate the back riveting, I have that in place. I just put that guy on there and give her a quick burst. Bam, that rivet's done. Just like that. Now, one last thing to remember, if you're going to be doing a lot of these rivets, is get some of these guys, little earplugs. Don't want yourself going deaf driving all these rivets. I'm pretty good about my hearing. I work around jet engines all the time, and I still have really good hearing because I keep those earplugs in. So if you don't have any earplugs, go to your local Walmart and get a bag and use those. So just to review, back riveting methodology shown to me by John out of Colorado. The guy's a genius. This set's like 35 or 40 bucks from Spruce. It was here next day. The C-frames are typically $200 plus, so if you can't swing a C-frame, this will do. And just so you know, I did buck some number 5s with this setup, and they went just fine, no problem. So for probably less than 50 bucks, you can have a back riveter for your riveting gun, a couple of pieces of scrap steel from the local steel yard. Get them to cut it too. They got giant shears there. They can cut this stuff right up and make a nice square for you. And then all you need is the appropriate rivet set, you know, the number 4 or number 5, and you're good to go. That's back riveting. That's today in the shop. This is the last spar, and we're on our way. Till next time, see ya. Okay, Bearhawk fans, I guess that wasn't it. I watched my first clip of the video and I realized that maybe some of the stuff I was saying wouldn't be exactly clear unless I gave you the big picture. So here is the big picture, and the sun's getting us a little bit here. But you can see these 1x2s screwed to my bench. Right there, I'm trying to move the camera around and not unplug it. And they go all the way down to the very end down there. And the spar is just sitting on top of those, and it's free to slide wherever I want to slide it. And then all I have to do is, because it's sitting up high enough, you can see they got clearance under there for the back riveting plate. And that allows me to slide this back riveter around and get on those rivets and get things done pretty quickly. So, and all these beams are all plumb and parallel, and you know, yada yada yada. They're the same ones I use to lay out the spar and drill all of it and everything. So down underneath I set up some shelf brackets to store my other spars out of the way, because space is a premium in here. And once this dude is done, I'll have 4. So this time we're really going away for real, but I wanted to throw a little addendum to the video, so we'll see you in the shop next time.